Dolphins fans? It's your boy, Willie Fins, here on Dolphins Today. We have an interesting show ahead. A lot of y'all want to move on from kicker Jason Sanders. He's having a really rough season. That rough season continued on Sunday against Cleveland. Yeah, the Dolphins won the game. It would have been a 40-burger, though. Jason Sanders made just one more extra point, missed 2 extra points on Sunday against Cleveland, and it begs the question, should the Dolphins look to move on? Here's what he's done this season. Not great. He's missed 4 field goals. He's missed 3 extra points, including 2 from the other day, and he has not made a field goal north of 50 yards all season, 0 for 3. And this is a guy just 2 years ago that made more 50-plus yard field goals than any other kicker in the league. Since then, though, he is 2 for 9 on field goals north of 50 yards. So, look, he had that breakout season in 2020. They give him the massive extension, 5-year extension. Since, though, he has missed 12 field goals in the last 2 seasons. Not good. And I do believe that it is time to look at some other options, or at the very, very least, bring in some competition here for Jason Sanders. Because, like I said, the Dolphins won the game by 22 points, right? So Jason Sanders missing 2 extra points is not going to be the storyline. But this is a team that is in playoff contention, that wants to be a Super Bowl contender. Jason Sanders is going to cost you down the stretch later on in the season if you do not pull the plug right now. I want to hear from y'all, though. Do you want to cut Jason Sanders? Type Y for yes or type in for no down in the comments section. It's the pinned comment on today's video. Reply to it when you get a second. Here's what Mike McDaniel said yesterday when he was asked about Jason Sanders' job status. Unless he proves me otherwise, we are feeling good about where we are at with him. He has given me no reason to believe he won't get the things corrected. So McDaniel saying that Sanders is going to remain on the team, but, what else is he going to say at this point? Sanders did sign a 5-year, $22 million deal after the 2020 season. So that is probably why they have been very patient with him, because they still owe him a lot of money. But if they run out of patience, here are some guys that they might opt to look at. And I do believe they should take advantage of the bye week to look at some holes on this team. The kicker position, certainly a big hole right now. So let's break down some 5 candidates here. Coming in at number 5, Chandler Staton was the best kicker in college football last year with Appalachian State, and surprisingly has not really gotten any NFL interest. I don't understand it. He was phenomenal for Appalachian State. Here's what he did. Did not miss a field goal. Did not miss an extra point. 20 for 20 on field goals. 57 for 57 on extra points. And producer Coop's in my ear saying, hey, he missed 2 extra points the other day. Jason Sanders. Staton did not miss 1 extra point, did not miss 1 field goal. Mr. Perfect last year. Now, his long was 48, so he didn't attempt a field goal north of 50 yards. Maybe he doesn't have that big of a leg, and perhaps that's why he didn't get any NFL interest. But still, how has nobody given this guy a shot? He did not miss 1 field goal last year. You look around the league, you see a lot of really bad kickers, including the one we have in Miami. I'm just very surprised that no one has given this guy a shot. Producer Jeff Cooperstein finding out I'm pretty passionate about kickers. Maybe not as passionate as I am about centers, but still pretty passionate. Let's talk about Elliot Fry. He is another really solid option here. And unlike Staton, he actually has some NFL experience. And he's a very interesting story. So let's take a look at his background here. Played at South Carolina in college, 2013 to 2016. In 2019, he played in the AAF, 14 of 14 on field goals there, was the best kicker in the AAF. He signed a 3-year deal with the Bears, so his performance in the AAF got him a 3-year NFL contract, but he was beat out by Eddie Pinheiro in camp, later waived by Chicago. 9 different teams in 4 years, but just 3 career games played. So most of the time he's spent with NFL teams has been on practice squads, but he's put up pretty solid career numbers, just 1 field goal that he's missed. So Elliot Fry has been kind of a journeyman around the league the last few years. Hasn't really found a home. Maybe Miami should give him a call. I want to know, who's your favorite kicker of all time? Doesn't have to be a Dolphin. Let me know who is your favorite kicker of all time. Could be for your favorite college team. Could be from the Dolphins. Could be anybody. Let me know down in the comments section who's your favorite kicker of all time. For me, man, it's tough not to say Sebastian Janikowski, man. That guy was unreal. And Shane Leckler is probably my favorite punter of all time just because he played with my uncle at Texas A&M. So those two guys I would say for special teams. Shout out special teams. Guys, we are nearing 34,000 subscribers. Help us get there. Need 130 more. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. I'm trying to get there by the end of the week, so we'd appreciate you subscribing. Let's talk about somebody else now. Jonathan Garibay. Now, some of y'all might look at this as a familiar name because he did spend some time with the Dallas Cowboys during training camp, but he was cut before the first preseason game. So he was one of the best kickers in college football last year with Texas Tech. Goes to Cowboys camp, just has some mental stuff, and is just missing kicks in camp, ends up getting cut. But I think he deserves another shot. Look at what he did at Texas Tech last year. Just missed one field goal. Tied for the sixth highest percentage in college football with a 93.8% field goal percentage. Only missed one extra point and then made a 62-yard field goal last season for the Red Raiders. As you can see in that photo, ice in his veins. I like Garibay. I know it didn't work out in Dallas, but I think he deserves another chance. Just looking at the numbers at Texas Tech, it was a lot of pressure for him. Going into Cowboys camp as, I believe, the only kicker on the roster at the time. He was going to be the guy in Dallas playing his home state for the Cowboys. So I can understand the pressure that came with that, but I think he deserves another chance, and hopefully he can use that experience in Dallas as a learning experience, and maybe he will be ready for the next opportunity that he gets. Guys, I want to tell you about our newest sponsor at Chat Sports, Established Titles. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. You can save an extra 10% on the perfect holiday gift if you go to establishedtitles.com/chat. Save the Scottish woodlands. It is a way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland by going to establishedtitles.com/chat. You can grab a plot of Scottish land right next to me. We're flying over my land right now. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my name will effectively get a plot of land right next to me, so we can build a Dolphins kingdom over there in Eddleston, Scotland. They're also helping global reforestation efforts as well. I'm Lord William Scott. That's pretty cool. I got a proclamation in the mail. I'm officially Lord William Scott. I know one of our most loyal subscribers, Fear the Kilt, is Lord Campbell now. A couple other subscribers have taken advantage of this deal. It's a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland as well. And again, you can save an extra 10% on the perfect holiday gift. And they actually have a massive Black Friday sale going on right now. Discounts up to 80% off. So you can save up to 80% plus an extra 10% if you go to that link and use promo code CHAT. That link, that promo code, going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Let's talk about my guy, Cole Murphy now. Let's talk about Cole Murphy from Syracuse University. Now, a couple of y'all might remember this guy because we talked about him in my video back over the summer when I was talking about USFL players that the Dolphins could sign. I brought up that Jason Sanders struggled last year and maybe he needs some competition. Well, look at what Jason Sanders done this year. I think that adds to my argument that he needs some competition brought in. So let's take a look at the Murphy file here. Played at Syracuse, my alma mater, from 2014 to 2017, was fantastic for the Orange. Then he was out of football for a few years. 2022, earlier this year, signed by the Michigan Panthers. The Panthers, if you're following the USFL, had a lot of special teams woes. They brought in Murphy, and he became the best kicker in the USFL. Here is what he did in the USFL for Michigan. Just missed one field goal. Did not miss a single field goal inside 50 yards, 9 for 9, 2 for 3 on field goals north of 50 yards, and he made a 60-yard field goal. Not only does he have a big leg, he is accurate. Now we did JC to Miami. Then we did Lucina to Miami. Is this the new motto? Hashtag Murphy to Miami. Let's make it happen. What do you think, Producer Coop? Should that be the new motto? Producer Jeff Cooperstein is in. Hashtag Murphy to Miami. I'm a little bit biased. I went to the same school as him, but he's a great guy, a great kicker. And look, he's the best kicker in the USFL. He deserves a shot in the NFL. Cameron Dicker, meanwhile, in the National Football League right now, kicking for the Chargers, undrafted out of Texas in 2022, currently on the Chargers practice squad, has been called up twice. He's been clutch, man. 2 game-winning kicks this season, one from his time with the Eagles, and then one with the Chargers last week, or the week before last. So here's what he's done with the Eagles and the Chargers. 7 for 7 on field goals, 3 of 3 on extra points, his long 47. Now, some of y'all might say, well, why is he on your list here? Because he's already on a team. Well, here's the catch. Right now, he's filling in for Dustin Hopkins, who is currently injured. So when Hopkins comes back, Dicker might get waived. He might get sent to the practice squad. If he gets sent back down to the practice squad, then the Dolphins could poach him potentially from the Chargers practice squad. And Miami needs to take advantage when Dicker's no longer the starting kicker in L.A. When Hopkins comes back, I think they should look to either poach him from the practice squad or get him if he is waived. I went up. What kicker do you want to sign? We talked about some good options here on today's show. Go down in the comments section. Let me know, what kicker do you want to sign? Is it Dicker the kicker? Is it Cole Murphy? Is it Garibay? Let me know down in the comment section. And guys, be sure to go down and subscribe to the channel. Got Dolphins Live coming up on Thursday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll see you then.